What is going on, guys? Over here today bringing you a video about how career mode is going to work in F1 2015, because I've been getting a load of tweets over the past week, especially with all the different E3 gameplay videos about career mode, and I've seen too many people just getting confused about it. So I thought I'd clear it up because, you know, I asked a few of you guys on Twitter if you would like maybe a video to clear it up for you guys. So I thought I'd go ahead and make it for you. So this is how career mode is essentially going to work in F1 2015. So basically, when you get F1 2015 on the 10th of July, you'll open up the menu. If you want to go play career mode, I'm guessing you'll either have on the main menu two different options for the single player, or one thing that says single player, and then within that there'll be two options. And those two options are championship mode or pro season. So like I said, this might be underneath one menu kind of thing that says single player on the front menu, on the main menu, or it might just be two different things, championship mode straight away and pro season mode. Now these two things are essentially your career mode, but they're just not labeled career mode because the way the licensing has worked out, the way they've had to do it now to get certain things in the game, they've had to call it different things, they've had to restructure how everything actually works. So we'll start off with championship mode and we'll go to pro season, because pro season is sort of the same thing as championship mode, but a few things like taken away and a few things like, you know, tweaked to be like, well, the pro part of it. So championship mode, you click championship mode and I'm guessing immediately it's going to ask you to pick a driver. So in championship mode, you pick a driver you want to drive as out of the 20 drivers, well 18 when the game starts, 18 drivers, because of course mana are not in the game to start with. That's another thing people were far too confused about. Like, it's been like a month since we've known this, even more than a month since we've known mana weren't going to be in the game, and I find it incredibly weird and funny that people still don't know this fact. Like, it's been out there in the public forum domain for like a month that they're not going to be in the game when it first comes out. It's going to be patched in later on, because essentially there was like a whole, you know, the whole thing with mana coming in late to F1 this year, that meant the licensing wasn't worked out. Also, there's rumors that stuff like Bernie didn't maybe want it, you know, stuff like that. It's a whole kind of mess, but basically it's not going to be in the game straight off. So you pick from 18 drivers that you want to play as. So, you know, you pick, I don't know, if you're a Ferrari fan, you'll pick either Vettel or Kimi. So let's say you pick Vettel. You pick Vettel, you are Sebastian Vettel, you're playing as him, you are driving as him in your career mode. That is championship season. Now, basically, you'll go to the first round, and it'll be like a normal career mode, basically. From then on, it's literally the same as career mode on 2014, apart from obviously the new kind of grid stuff, the new kind of pit lane, the new kind of, you know, menu system like I've talked about in previous news videos. If you haven't seen that, go check it out on my channel, F1 2015 News. I talked about all the new stuff they've got for like the garage and whatnot, how you do your setup and whatnot, tire pressures, blah blah blah. But it's basically the same as before. You know, you do your practice session in championship mode. You'll get one practice session. You'll get the normal qualifying, so you can either do short qualifying or long qualifying. So either one 15-minute session or three, you know, the three proper sessions, and then the race. Obviously, you set your distance. The practice session you can customize. You can either do the normal 30 minutes or something that they give you right now in 2014, or you can have the full 90 minutes like it is in a free practice 1 or free practice 2 session. So that's going to be the customability in practice. Now, I'm guessing you're not even going to probably need that in this game still, because, you know, the R&D, I'm going to guess, is pretty much going to be the same from last year in terms of the R&D objectives. I hope not, but we haven't really seen anything about it, so we'll have to see. But if you are that kind of person who maybe wants to do a whole lot of practice for your career mode sessions, then you can go well and do that for 90 minutes in championship season. And it runs like a normal race weekend. You do practice, qualifying, race, and, you know, you finish, and you know, you have the whole shebang. You have the grids, you have your engineers talking to you before you start the race. If you get on the podium, you see yourself, Sebastian Vettel, on the podium celebrating to get the win. You get to see him hold up the trophy with the music and the whole shebang, and that is how it works. Now, the reason why you can't put your own name on and you can't drive as, quote, yourself, because even technically you weren't driving as yourself in 2014 or 2013 or 12 or 11, because if you notice on the older Codemasters games, even from 2014 back to 2010, it doesn't matter. Even though you put your own name on the kind of display and in the championship leaderboards, if you look closely, your car still says the driver you've taken the car of. So let's say I did that season in McLaren Honda that I've finished. So in that mod, I had to mod my name onto the car, because in reality, the name would have said Jensen Button on the car, because that's how the licensing worked in career mode previously, that they would allow you to put your own name, but technically you're driving that driver's car. You're driving, you know, that licensed car for that season. So right now, all they've done is they've just taken out your name part and you drive as a driver. Now, the reason they've done this is so they can add things like the grid and the podium celebrations. Because what would have happened if you won or you got on the podium and then you wanted to see yourself on the podium? Well, that's not exactly going to work, is it? It's not going to work. And, you know, before you go say they could make a character model, or you can, you know, maybe they could have allowed you to make your own face or something, that wouldn't have cut the licensing. The licensing definitely probably wouldn't have allowed that. The way that FOM want it is they want this game to be like, you know, official F1 game. When you play it, you're going to see stuff that it looks like the real life F1 Grand Prix. So you don't see a random person on the podium, you see only F1 drivers. That's how it's licensed, that's how it goes. So that is why everything's kind of worked that way. If we didn't get this kind of change to career mode, then we wouldn't have seen podiums. We wouldn't have seen probably the grid stuff structure. We may have not seen any of that kind of more immersive stuff because you would have been yourself, and that wouldn't have been allowed by the licensing. So it creates a much more immersive experience because you get the whole sense of an actual Grand Prix. Now, obviously, there's two different kind of halves of immersion here. One, you don't get the immersion of being yourself and you're not yourself in the game, but you also get the immersion of if you pretend you're that driver. If I pick Sebastian Vettel, I'm going to pretend I'm Vettel in the career mode. I'm going to be him. I'm going to try and drive like he does. I'm going to try and, you know, really beast it out on the tires, whatnot. I'm going to be him. I'm going to, you know, be Sebastian Vettel in this season, and I want to take him to the top or whatnot, or whatever you want to be. You know, your driver Hamilton, whatever, you want to win the championship again, get that second championship under your belt, beat Rosberg fair and square once more. You can do that in championship mode, and that's basically what it is. And the way it's worked out because of this is now you'll do one season and then that's it. And then it sort of resets itself, if you know what I mean. So there's no kind of progression to career mode anymore in terms of, you know, before you could kind of say I'm going into season 2. And that's actually season 2, like sort of like, you know, your XP carried, you got pointless XP in career mode before, and that XP carried forward into season 2, and also the game recognized if you're in your first season, they said you're a rookie, and then in the second season, they didn't call you a rookie anymore, so you wouldn't get notifications if you won 5 races in the season. You wouldn't get a notification anymore if you won 5 in the second season. You wouldn't get that notification that said, oh, you're the, you know, rookie driver winning 5, because it realizes you're not a rookie anymore because you're in the second season. That's gone away now. It's going to be basic. I'm guessing this part's a bit of a guesswork here. I'm guessing it's a reset and you'll kind of restart a season, and basically if you want to go on for a second season, you'll pick a driver again. You could pick the same driver or you pick a different driver, and then you'll just drive that season once more, and it'll be like a season 2 almost. But that's a little bit of guesswork. Don't quote me on it, but the other stuff I'm pretty guaranteed on that's how it's going to work. Pro season. Now, pro season is very much like championship season, except it's for, as you can guess, people who want to go full pro. The people who've been asking and moaning and whining about it for like 4 years. You're finally getting your wishes. Basically, pro season's like this. You're going to get all 3 practice sessions, FP1, FP2, FP3, all full 90 minute, and then the FP3, which I can't remember, it's like an hour, isn't it? Or something for FP3, and then that's it. You get the full qualifying. You have to do a 100% race. You have to do a 100% race. You're locked into cockpit mode, so you can't change out cockpit mode. You're not allowed to click restart race. So once you crash or something, that is it. If you crash out in qualifying, that is it. Make a mistake, that is it. If you do something in practice, that's it. You don't get to restart anything. And there's no HUD, so you don't see where everyone is on your top left timer. You don't get to see what gear you're in on the bottom right. You don't get to see your lap time or the best lap time or the delta to your best lap time in qualifying on the top right. You're locked into qualifying. You're locked into cockpit mode, and you're literally, as they say, living the life of the driver. You are the driver. You know, that's how the driver will feel. They don't have any kind of, you know, information on screen or anything like that. They're in cockpit, and that's it. And then you would probably have to use your engineer voice. So if you're on Xbox One or PS4, you'll use the Kinect or your PS4 headset respectively, and you'll maybe try and talk to your engineer to learn information that way, because you won't have it anymore on screen. You'll have to ask the engineer for it, or literally just rely on your gut instincts, which is how hopefully the drivers are like. But obviously we know in this day and age the drivers do get told quite a lot of information, and apparently from the German preview event you will be getting quite a lot of information from your engineer. So it will be a lot like, you know, the best kind of immersion you'll you'll get. But that is Pro Season, basically. You get everything, but everything kind of locked in. So once you do it, you're there. You're there. Obviously, you know, you can just not play it and play Championship mode and customize it how you want. But Pro Season is locked in for those really hardcore seasons, for those people that want it, those people who like build rigs and stuff like that. That's for you guys who really want to feel the full immersion. And you know, when you on the weekends, when you're not working, when you have some time, you know, just go Pro Season and, you know, really bang it out, something like that. But that is how basically F1 2015 career mode is going to work. It's not called career mode anymore, but it is career mode. I've seen far too many people say it's not career mode when it essentially is career mode. Like, they've just not labeled it. But think about it. The difference is you don't have your name on the top left, and you don't have your name in the table, and that's about it. That's literally the difference between here. And what you're getting is the podiums, the grids, and everything that comes with it. So that's career mode. It won't be called career mode in the game. So if you look for career mode in the menus, it won't be there. It'll be called Championship Season or Pro Season. But it's basically your career mode. I'm pretty sure, I'm going to guess the trend is going to be on YouTube that we all still call it career mode when we upload videos for it. I'm not sure, because Championship Season mode is a bit of a mouthful, to be honest. So I don't know if people are going to bother putting that in the title. I think probably people would still go with just putting career mode in their title, because Championship Season mode or Pro Season mode is a bit of a mouthful and will make the title really damn long. But that is how it's going to work. I want to make this video because basically there's a lot of you asking about it. I've seen a lot of posts around on different comments and stuff, on YouTube comments on my videos and stuff. That's why I want to make it. Hopefully that clears it up for you people who are confused. And if you weren't and you've still watched it, then you're a legend. Give this video a like if you did enjoy it and that cleared that up for you. Comment below what you are thinking of this. Tell me, because I know some people will be a bit upset because, you know, I mean, I don't know. I also sort of get that. I like the idea of maybe I could put my own name, but I'm not too fussed about it. As a content creator, I can work around it and I can turn it into something good. I know for my videos and whatnot. But obviously, if you're not a content creator, you just want to play career mode, you know, for some fun, and you know you want to be yourself. Maybe it might be a bit of an annoyance. So tell me about that if you are annoyed by that in the comments. If you're not fussed and you sort of agree with me that maybe you can just work around it and it'll just kind of be, you know, you get my drift that you're being the driver now. You're actually being the driver you pick. So tell me all that good stuff. If you're new around here, then do subscribe for daily Formula 1 content. I hope that cleared that up for you guys. Give it a like again if you did, you know, find it informative. It cleared it up for you and you did enjoy the video. I've been aarava. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day, and I will see you guys next time.